The sanctioning bodies when they don't do what they're supposed to do according to their bylines, and now we're going to criticize one because they do what they're supposed to do. So, Cop, how do you explain what the IBF did in stripping Terence Crawford and turning Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the best up-and-coming welterweights, into their full welterweight champion?
Yeah, we have another of what we call an email champion now. Jaron Boots Ennis elevated from interim champion to full champion by the IBF after Terence Crawford has to go now and fight Errol Spence, of course. Errol Spence exercised that rematch clause after Crawford absolutely dominated him in July, and Crawford's waiting to see when that fight happens. Supposed to happen in February, but nothing set yet. But the IBF, they do usually follow their own rules, unlike the other ones, even if their rules don't always make sense. And the IBF does not recognize or respect rematch clauses. So because Crawford won the title from Errol Spence, that IBF title that Spence has held forever since he beat Kell Brook all those years ago, now Boots Ennis elevated and Crawford is no longer the undisputed champion. And that's why you always hear about, oh, we have to go for undisputed. If you're undisputed, you should be pushed up the pound for pound list. I say nonsense, because Josh Taylor won the undisputed and he was stripped of all his titles but one. And now the same thing's happening to Crawford, and the same thing's going to happen to the winner of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk also, because the IBF has already said that if they fight each other a second time, and we know they're going to, then one of them is going to be stripped. And right now, that would be Filip Hrgović and Otto Wallin fighting for that vacant IBF title as well.
So the question that I would have for the IBF is that, well, we've had Jamel Charlo actually sitting for about a year and a half without defending his world championship or IBF world championship, and that was okay. I don't get that. Please make me understand that, Cop. Why is it okay for some and not the others? I don't get it. You just had Canelo Alvarez. He ain't defended. He ain't had no mandatory defenses. He faced Ryder and he faced Jamel Charlo, who I'm speaking of right now, or Jamal. I forget their names and which one is which. So I think it's Jamel. Mel Charlo. I'm gonna just say Mel. Yeah, Mel Charlo. And he ain't
Mel's 54.
But now you have, and then check this out. Then you have Errol Spence that been out for over a year and a half. He holds in down 3 belts, including the IBF, and he doesn't get stripped. But Terence holds the belt for what, 6 months, if that? 4 months? 3. I don't know how long it's been since the last fight. I haven't checked it out. And he's getting stripped? Are you kidding me? And there was never a mandatory defense for Errol Spence to face one of these guys, including Boots Ennis? Man, they need to stop playing, man. Be fair across the board. I understand that these sanctioning bodies, I get it. I get what you guys are trying to do. But be strict and be across the board. Not just have a selective few where you're saying, well, nah, we going to strip him. But he's fine. He's fine because he's making us more money or whatever it is, man. Oh, we owe this person, the pleasure to be ahead and just let him hold the title. That's wrong, my friends. That's the only problem that I have. But yes, you are right, Cop. I'll give you this. Boots is well deserving of the championship. And if Crawford wasn't willing to face him, I understand why they had to strip him for the title.